With the summer season around the corner, you already know it's time to bring out the portable AC. But every year, my goal is to make my setup more efficient, better automated, and to require the least amount of human interaction for maintenance. Now, my last year's portable AC setup was functional and it worked well, but it wasn't properly insulated, bugs were a constant concern, which actually did become a problem, and required constant maintenance for proper efficiency and to block out light. With the problems identified, this year's setup seeks to solve them all. In this video, I'll walk you through the entire makeover of the portable AC setup. So let me start by dismantling the old one and prepping the area for the new one. But if that does not concern you, or you're setting it up for the first time, skip to... Let's start with peeling off old tape. My last year's setup had piece after piece of this extremely sticky tape everywhere, placed almost randomly. Cleaning becomes a problem, and it just doesn't make sense when you go about putting up the window seal. So let's take it off. This part is pretty simple. I'm just peeling every last piece of that tape off so I can start the process over. I want this area to be as clean and well maintained as possible, as this is the base of our entire setup. And you know, as the saying goes, a tree is only as strong as its roots. So I'm really focusing on this bit here. That's pretty much all there is to say about this bit, so let me leave you to observe with some chill stuff in the background. Now here's where the bulk of my problems arose. This tape was so damn sticky that it was almost impossible to get off. My idea was to start getting rid of any dust or dirt by using disinfectant wipes with some alcohol spray, that it would also have an effect on the sticky residue, loosening it up, but the sticky residue was far too stubborn to even respond in the slightest. So I pulled out the big guns, a dollar store scraper, inexpensive but strong. I tried simply scraping as much of the gunk as I possibly could, wiping it with alcohol and disinfectant wipes after every few strokes or so, which honestly worked quite well for a bit, but not nearly as clean as it needed to be, but I kept at it for a bit. I then used the back end of the tape itself, just tapping it on and off to grab some of the bigger sticky bits, which did work but not quite, and once I knew I couldn't get any more, I pulled out this technique that I knew would work. Face wipes, or makeup removing wipes, I'm not too sure. Just doused them in some lightweight oil, and it worked like a charm. Really did the trick, loosening the residue that I could simply catch with my scraper and disinfectant wipes. And finally, once it's all off and clean, it's time to put on new tape. The idea was to keep it simple this time. Single pieces of tape all around the border of the window. No sudden breaks, and absolutely no need to put any tape onto the window itself, as the bug guard will stay on this time. And that right there is the first and biggest upgrade of this setup in my opinion. Okay, so here's the new window seal that I ordered from Amazon. The link for this and everything else that I use and is needed for this setup will be down in the description. Now, the biggest difference between this window seal and the one from last year's setup is the fact that this isn't a tilt window seal. It's for regular windows. And you must be wondering, how does this work with a tilt window? Well, don't you worry. I'll show you. In fact, I'm gonna modify it a bit to make it a perfect fit that deals with the leaking light situation. Just bear with me and I'll make it worth your while. Now, this one's a double, meaning it has two openings which can accommodate two hoses, but that's unnecessary. So right now, I'm just gonna tuck it under, but I'll be cutting it later. At the moment, I just wanna see if it fits my window and get a sense of how it looks onto the window itself. Now, this has to be said, for how many people have trouble later with their setups, be it this or LEDs or anything else. I measured my window and do all necessary checks before ordering or buying anything. It's not luck that it just happened to fit on my window. I knew exactly how it'll fit and how much excess I'll have to play with. You are expected to do your due diligence before trusting anyone off the internet, professional or not. I'm only sharing my journey with you so you can follow along and get a sense of what the process entails. I can help you with your questions, but I am not responsible if things don't fit or do not work for your setup. With that said, let's move on. Here's the fun part, which solves two other problems. Insulation, well, not too much, but it still works, and light. This is a simple sponge foam roll and will be the second line of defense against weather and sound and will block all light from entering your space, given it's done right. The link for this will also be in the description. I'm gonna measure my window in length since width was already perfect and cut as much as I need. Here, I'm gonna cut the window seal and match the length with the foam roll. Now, I wanna make a very precise impression of the window seal opening onto the foam, and it's empirical that both the shape and the placement of the opening is precise or your setup's gonna bleed light, so be real focused here. I'm making 4 marks on each end like a compass and making sure the distance between each mark accurately reflects the length of the hose mouth as the measurement taken earlier. This way is both precise and makes up for any off placement of your mark. I then connect all 4 marks with a pencil and start cutting it, making sure I do not shoot over the line. Connect your window seal and put on the foam and see how everything fits. Don't worry about the foam falling over, we'll address that next. I also want to mount my hose to the wall so it doesn't sit on top of my piano like last year's setup. I realize this problem is exclusive to me, but if you're dealing with a similar problem or wish to see how I mount it, feel free to stay. If not, you're welcome to skip ahead. This is a simple bike mount I got from my local dollar store, and I mount it onto the stud line using wood screws. Nothing much to be said about this, just picking the height I like and drilling into the wall. I'm fixing the hose onto the mount with a bungee cord I also got from my local dollar store, and it sits perfectly onto the mount. Now here's the interesting part, affixing the foam roll onto the window seal to achieve that perfect fit. I ordered this heavy-duty Velcro tape from Amazon, the link for which will also be in the description. The idea is simple. Just like the window, I'm going to put one half of the tape around the border of the foam roll. Doesn't matter which half you put on, so long as you put the other half onto the window seal. Once the foam roll is prepared, time for the window seal. Same deal. All around the border, almost on top of the border of the window, with the existing tape underneath, which is why it's easiest to do this bit with the seal onto the window. Make sure to give a good tap all around, making sure the tape holds since cloth isn't the ideal surface for these things, but it does hold. Just be mindful not to tug or pull onto it too much. With both sides of the tape on, let's put it all together. And voila, a perfect fit. Put the hose on, making sure not to push too much onto the bug guard since those things are super delicate and prone to breaking, so long as the hose is pointed outward. And your setup is functional, but not quite complete yet. Before we move on to the next step, let me show you how easy it is to put it back on. The foam and the seal act as a single unit, super easy to work with and goes on in literal seconds. Just place it onto the window and tap the borders and you're on. Connect the hose and your setup is ready to go. The last step is covering up the hose not to give off heat into your space, which makes the use of these units counterproductive, and take care of that last bit of leaking light through the hose. Now for time's sake, I'm not gonna unbox these hose covers in this video. I'll make another one for that, but let me quickly show you how efficient each of them are and how hot the hose can get. They're both made of different materials with a certain understanding of the laws of thermodynamics, with key concepts being absorption, reflection, and thermal radiation, and I'm here to put them to the test. With the AC on and running for a while, the stable temperature of the hose sits around plus minus 42 degrees Celsius. This reflective aluminum foil-like hose cover was giving me a low initially, but upon changing some settings, it gave me a stable reading of plus minus 28 degrees Celsius, which is a massive difference of 14 degrees. The cloth one clocked at plus minus 36 degrees Celsius, but I'm not going to bother too much with that as it's not nearly as efficient as the other one, and so I ended up returning it. With that, the setup is complete, functional, efficient, and requires minimal maintenance. I have a bottle hooked up to a hose for continuous drainage, so I never have to actively drain the system, just empty out the bottle when it's full. I've made a comprehensive video about draining the system and setting up the draining function, and I'd highly recommend you watch it if you have any questions regarding that. The link for it will appear on the screen right about now. I've got the vent hose supported by a thick string so the weight doesn't affect my window seal and the foam unit. Just another layer of precaution. Again, this is something exclusive to me, but thinking along those lines really prevents future troubles. And that's it, fellas. That's my complete summer 2025 portable AC setup. And I genuinely believe this will help a lot of people for the amount of comments I've gotten and the lack of such setup videos I could find online. So I'd really appreciate if you'd help me push out this video. Like it, leave a comment, and share it with as many people as you can. Helping people with my passion for automation, tech, and DIY projects such as this one has been one of the reasons why I started this channel in the first place, so your support would really mean a lot. Once again, I hope you find this helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.